I've been in the right place, but it must have been the wrong time. I done said the right thing, but it must have used the wrong line. I've been on the right.
Good morning, Jeff Miller here again, Town and Country Home Mortgage, and today is Thursday. Let's see, it's August 6th today. I wanted just to thank everybody for tuning in yesterday and just the huge response that we got via email and via a couple people took the poll question, and so I just want to thank everybody for plugging in. I think after an email yesterday, we were able to put together a transaction for a realtor that had no really place to go. They had a problem, emailed, answered the question, and they got their deal done. So please send your questions, send your scenarios. Glad to help, glad to pass along information to you. And so we'll get started. First thing I want to talk to you about today was the news that came from Taylor, Bean, and Whitaker. Actually, the federal government shut them down. They're no longer able to fund loans. Now, that might not mean a whole lot to you, but to my world, it means a whole lot. They were the number 12 wholesale mortgage lender in the nation, and they were actually a really huge presence here in Oregon as far as the FHA loans that they were able to do. They were one of the last lenders that were still doing FHA loans on manufactured homes. So those realtors and agents that work out in East County and farther east, Sandy, Damascus, Estacada, those areas where manufactured homes are more prevalent, might be feeling the pinch of this. There still are a few lenders that are doing manufactured homes, but nobody that had the presence that Taylor Bean had. So basically, they were in trouble for fraud, it appears, and they didn't turn over documents that were requested by the government in order to look at some financial information. Go figure. So anyway, what I'd like to know in the poll question today is whether or not this Taylor Bean closure has forced any transactions into a side spin that any of you are working on, because basically as of the 4th, they ceased to be able to fund loans, and that means it didn't matter if your loan was in underwriting, it didn't matter if your client had already signed their loan documents, they could not close that loan. So that could create some really sticky binds that people are getting put in because of that closure. If that's the case, and you need help with those transactions, call your preferred lender, call the people that you work with. There's a lot of lenders out there that will honor those approvals. They still have to underwrite the loan, especially because the lender was shut down because of fraud. Who knows what the fraud was? So I'm sure the new lenders will be doing their due diligence on those things. So call your preferred lender, email me if you have questions about anything, and we can talk you through that. The other piece of news that's coming out today is initial jobless claims for the month. Previously, that information was tainted by seasonal adjustments about the auto industry and things like that. So today, when that information comes out, that information is not going to be tainted. So that's going to be a true representation of jobless claims, or a more true representation of jobless claims. What that's going to do, it more than likely is going to affect the mortgage rates today. And this morning when rates came out, you're looking at a conventional loan from 5 to an eighth, which is 5.125, to an FHA loan at 5 1/4 for a 30-year fixed. You'll probably see those rates go up slightly today and probably come back down over the next couple of days. So anyway, rates are still great, so it's not a big issue, but you're going to see some fluctuation today. The other thing I wanted to talk about was, again, the HVCC link that's in the links and docs section. Make sure you click on that, forward that link to your colleagues. You get everybody out there talking about trying to remove this HVCC legislation, put that 18-month moratorium on that. I think it's going to help our business recover faster than what it already is. So also, referral of the day, again, I wanted to mention Barrett Homes. I mentioned them yesterday, for your general contracting needs, for your buyer, for your seller, your repairs, you need bids for jobs done while you have that house listed. Give him a call. His link's down below. Also, I wanted to refer to you today, Rochelle Miucci at First American Title. It's an escrow officer that I work with personally. And if you need somebody who's top-notch and sharp and quick, she's got a great assistant over there. They do a great job. And it's really important to have a good escrow officer. You guys know that. But even more so now with this HERA legislation that I talked about yesterday, that if that APR changes by 0.125% or more, that file has to be redisclosed. So it's very important that you have a quality escrow officer who is updating those seller payoffs throughout the transaction and who's updating even refinancing payoffs and just has those numbers down pat. Because if not, those numbers come back different than what they originally estimated. We have to redisclose at the end, and that's another 7-day waiting period before we can close. So it's important to have a good team in place and know who you're working with and know that there's somebody that you can trust. So call her. Her link is down there below too that you can link on. Again, thanks for watching. It's a little shorter today. Just got a little bit of a busy day here. So anyway, email me with questions. Call, check out the other websites, check out the people that I've referred. They're great people, and you'll love working with them. Again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll talk to you soon.
But I won't hesitate no more, no more. It cannot